In this tip, I'm going to show you how to create a chart that has the percent of total, but also another section that fills that percent of total up to 100%. As an example, here's a visualization I created for Makeover Monday. You can see for each of the segments, I show the percentage in purple, and then I have a gray section that fills that bar up to 100%. I've created a sample dataset, which I'll post the link to on data.world, and it's simply a list of fruits and a percentage of baskets that those fruits were sold in. I'm going to show you 3 different methods for building this type of chart. To start, let's go ahead and put fruits on the rows and a percentage of baskets in the columns. To make it a bit easier to see, I'm going to change it to fit entire view. From there, I'm going to go ahead and sort the percentages so that the fruit with the highest number of baskets is at the top. The first method we can do this with is a dual axis chart. So to do that, I'm going to just create a calculated field called the average of 1. I'm going to take that field and set it as a dual axis. From there, I'm going to go ahead and synchronize the axes, and then go to my marks card and change the mark type from automatic to a bar. Now you'll see the orange is in the front, so I'm just going to right click on the axis at the top, and I'm going to move that mark to the back. Alright, from there I can just set the colors to whatever I want. So my average of 1 field, I'm just going to go ahead and set that to maybe a light gray. I'm going to set the average of 1 field to a light gray. Sorry, I chose the wrong field there. Okay, now from here I'm going to go to my percent of baskets. I'm going to turn on the labels and maybe change the font to match the color of the mark. And I'm also going to make it nice and big so we can see it a bit better. From here, since I've labeled the bars, I don't need the axes, so I'm just going to go ahead and uncheck Show Header, and there we have option 1 complete. An alternative to that is you could also change the axis range to go from 0 to 1. And then go ahead and hide the headers. So that's version 1. So this is a dual axis chart. The second option is to create a combined axis chart. So again, I'm going to put fruits on the rows, percent of baskets on the columns, sort it in descending order. Again, I'm going to create my average of 1 field, and I'm going to drag that on top of the percent of baskets axis. You'll see 2 green rulers here, and this shows me that it's going to create a combined axis. And Tableau put measure names onto the rows, so I'm simply going to move measure names to the color shelf. You'll see the marks are now stacked on top of each other. So I need to go to the analysis menu, go down to stack marks, and turn them off. So now one mark is on top of the other. I'm going to edit my colors, choose average of 1, and again set it to a light gray. I'm going to edit my axis to go from 0 to 1. And again, I'm going to go ahead and put my mark labels on. But notice how it only labels the ends of the marks here. That's not what we really want. What I want is I want to be able to show the percentage on these bananas. So I'm going to drag the percent of baskets to the label shelf, set the alignment to the left, and then maybe change the color to white. Allow them to overlap the marks, and maybe make them nice and big. Okay, I'm going to then go ahead and uncheck the header. So that's method number 2. So this is a combined axis. The third option, again, I'm just going to go ahead and duplicate this sheet, is instead of using the average of 1, I'm going to create a new calculated field. Oh, we can just go ahead and save that calculated field. I'm going to create a new calculated field that is the remainder. And this is simply going to be 1 minus the percentage of baskets. Hit OK. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take the average of 1 field off the view. I'm going to take the remainder and put that as a combined axis view. Move measure names to the detail shelf. And because I unticked stack marks before, I'm going to go ahead and turn them back on. Okay, so from here, I need to go ahead and again change my colors. So let's put the measure names on the color shelf. My remainder, I want to make that gray. And hit OK. And then I'm going to rearrange them so that my percentage of baskets is first. So now you can see we have a bit of an issue with the labels. So I'm going to go ahead and let's take the percentage off of the label shelf, and we get something like that. I'm going to go to the analytics pane. I'm going to drag on a reference line for each cell, and I'm going to tell it to put the measured names onto the value. Okay, now you'll see we've got a bit of an issue here because it's gone ahead and it hasn't given us the values in the right place. So if I want to use just the percentage of baskets on the labels, I need to put it on the detail shelf. Go to my analytics pane, drag on another reference line, and this time I'm going to use percentage of baskets, and I'm going to tell it to show the value. I'm going to choose to not show a line and untick the recalculate option. So now we have our labels in the right spot, but I'm going to go ahead and format those because I want them to look like the first option that we did. So I'm going to maybe make the font nice and big. I'm going to choose that same color. I'm going to reduce the shading to 0 and set the alignment to the center vertically. And there we go. Now we have the same chart that we created here, but now with a stacked bar chart option. And there you have it. 3 different versions for creating a bar chart that shows the remainder going out to 100%. Hope you found that useful. Have a good day.